Look, I got the right to ignite the flame. With the fire of my desires, I fight the fame of the father of liars. Look, I don't bother in the barbed wire, for their higher empire will soon expire as I inspire the prior seed to believe in he who tells you to read the words that he breathes. Huh? Now even though bodies bleed and souls leave, I indeed believe that he guaranteed for us to be free. For we are the branches and he is the tree. Behold, it is the seed right through the root, when we will see a shoot boot up from the stump of Jesse. From his roots a branch will bear fruit, the spirit of truth. Through these lyrics it becomes foolproof. The ears of the youth raise the roof. Their years are nothing like poof. Their ears itch, but I don't scratch and sniff in the booth. I latch on to the truth, but they don't seem to feel the steel of their zeal without knowledge. It's not a real appeal. Acknowledge that you don't know how it feels off the ledge with your eyes concealed, but I reveal the ideal that turns like wheels. The sinner starts to feel the ordeal. He preps and prays over his meal until death do us part. Until death is no longer a part of this dark world that is ran by an electronic eel that is spinning on wheels with deals of grills in front of automobiles. Yet these demons remain nameless as our vision seems aimless. But those that remain stainless and patient will experience his greatness.
Real talk.
So do not become contagious with the brainless child, for the thoughts are basic and shameless. In their own eyes they are the greatest and famous. Now ain't this an ignoramus heinous statement? Look, his gracious presented us his blameless payment, so you better trust that I do thrust to get acquainted with the tainted. I'm not what this generation painted. I awake the fainted and fallen sheep that are in a deep sleep. I go out and greet both the Catholic and the Greek. I go out and greet both the Catholic and the Greek. As I speak, his spirit feeds at the galactic sound of speed. Listen, even though 1,000 leaves from Adam will fall on our leaves, I indeed believe that he will leave us to shed his light bright. We are made right in God's sight through Christ. The difference between the night and the light, the dark and the bright. He made me a knight with his shining armor. I'm polite and quiet yet stronger. In the midst of the riot, I'm calmer. Woo! Look, I'm prepared to take flight for Christ. His lyrics I honor and recite, plain as black and white. Yeah, right. Now, even though I just lied, the Father sent his Son crucified for that very same lie. So I can do nothing but rest on the right side of the Most High. For the snake charmer's flute will not ruin my fruit. For I am the farmer with the sesame seed. I indeed believe that the slaves are free from this dark world that swirls around the sun. We fight against the sounds of guns that are found when the loved ones die in our town. I drown down the noun of the divided sound. They say it's black and blue versus the brown. I see the beast's crown upside down, but I turn these down frowns to mild of smiles. I got a pile of files from the Nile River as I plainly deliver the scriptures. The tasty and bitter, the sweet and sour, the figure in the mirror, which is the thriller. Inside is the sinner, the one that thinks of himself bigger. We begin to get bitter and hashtag our pride on Twitter, waiting for the ticker.
What else? What else? What else? Please.
The fake fog gets thicker. We tend to get sicker, drunk off the liquor with hunger that can't wait like Snickers. You think you're slicker. Now, I recommend that they admit it. You just can't quit it. So just give it up and pivot and learn to fight it, that not even one is righteous. So just quit it with your lies, for no one is truly wise. Stop with your facade, for no one is seeking God. All have turned away to go to the world and play dumb and numb. All have become useless, clueless, and fruitless, coming up with excuses that produces no useful solutions. All have stood on the piece of wood with faces hidden in the hood. You misunderstood. We are all on the opposite side of good.
Yeah. Oh.
The gospel is nothing funny. It's hostile and sweet as honey. So listen here, Gunny. When you think your money won, remember he said not even a single one. You leech. What is it that you teach and preach? Remember that the speech we speak leaks venom that drips from our lips. Our script is like an open crypt, and our tongue's perception is deception. It deserves death, as our jaws proclaim bitter laws of destruction and misery that always follows the hollow heart that starts to cease to find peace. But I look deep inside for the glimmer, which is the winner. His spirit that flows like a river, glows through the inner and makes a beginner reconsider the forgiver of the killer. He glitters and yet hardens the hearts that are as cold as winter. Look, I understand that tough trials make us shiver and the hostile delivers, but I thank God for his future glory. For now we suffer, but his future glory I honor. For all creation is in relaxation for that future day when our soul will elegantly sway away on the Lord's day. All in death and decay will say, make way for the Savior who saves. Every free man and slave will plead. Every single knee will kneel, and every lung and every tongue and every lung will confess.
Amen.
And every lung will sing a song of psalms. Every palm will raise in the days of age. Every free man and slave will plead. Every single knee will kneel. And in every song, a song of psalms will be sung. Right through every tongue, the bells will be rung. Nowhere to run, son. When the seals are peeled, God will reveal who the truly real children with his ideal really are. Against its will, all creation was subjected to stand still into silence. Now, observe your perverse violence and let your ear hear what I say here. Beware and be prepared for the worst. For we deserve upon us God's curse. But with eager hope, the reader scopes with no quotation. For all creation waits and prays for that future day when we will be chilling with God's children in glorious freedom from death and decay. For we believers also know and groan for desperation, for all creation moans in desperation and groans while trying to sustain labor pains. It's simple and plain. My aim is above this terrain. I'm not playing with the lame devil's games. I'm from a different strain. My life is through Christ, and to die is gain. Right up to the present time, to this mind that is not blind, renewed through time. So we believers also groan and moan to believe in our route of dead stones like Stephen. For even though we have the Spirit, while we feel it and reveal it, against this reveal it and reveal it.
What up, baby?
Yo!
I'm breathing.
Oh my God.
For even though we have the Spirit and we reveal it as a foretaste of his future glory, now we understand that history is truly his story, told in allegories. So we long for our bodies to be his perfect copy, released from sin like a floppy disk. No more suffering, no more waiting like buffering. So check the sting when I bring the almighty name of my King, as we patiently sing with hope to provoke he who spoke, the God of Israel who led with a pillar of fire and smoke, the God of the rich and the broke, the God of the living and dead, will spread our full rights as his adopted children, including the new bodies that he has given us by his promise. This hope we were given when we were saved, no longer slaves to sin. Through him we win.